obviously as a football coach myself, I've only been coaching for a year, and there are a couple things that I've noticed that players can sort of adapt and change over time. There are four areas that I'll be talking about. One is attitude and mentality. The second one is technique. Third one is intelligence, and fourth one is physicality. So we're going to go through four different topics today. Topic number one is attitude and mentality. Now, this is fundamental for not just kids but adults as well. In terms of how you're living your life, what you're doing, what have you got in your mind, um, especially for where the way the coaching groups I do at the minute are aged between under sixes to under tens. So, and what I've seen a lot of them, they love to play football. They enjoy the game. They don't really understand sort of the complexities behind it. That those complex ideas only come once you're starting to play for like under 10 level and above sort of thing. I mean, from what I've seen anyway at the minute. There might, again, pro level, under six, but under six, under sevens, they start early. So obviously for them, the standard is a lot higher. Um, but the general consensus, I find that is the number one, the most important, is your attitude and mentality. Obviously, for you can't tell a 6 or 5 or 6 year old to be like, oh, you got to be focused 100% of the time. You got to be nah. They've got to enjoy the game. The attitude and mentality comes if they sort of enjoy it, but they play like they mean it. What I mean by that is how they behave on the pitch. Do they give up? Do they have that sort of resilience to carry on and keep going? It's more about how they are. Are they listening to instructions? Are they focused? Are they? Yeah, I think it mainly comes down to the focus side and how they sort of okay. If you've told them an instruction, how do they go about doing it? It doesn't matter if they get it right or wrong, but it's how they sort of how they interpret the information. That's what matters. Um, that sort of goes under the intelligence section and IQ and how they process information. But in terms of attitude and mentality, it's sort of are they sort of ignoring you? Are they even listening to you at all? That's sort of the main thing. Are they serious about playing football? That's the main thing for attitude mentality, and as well as that comes under working hard, being respectful, looking after your teammates. Do they help each other out? Are they a positive influence on the team? That's sort of the main consensus around attitude and mentality. And moving on to topic two, which is technique. Now, technique is it varies. I wouldn't say it's down to genetics or something you're naturally gifted with. It plays a part for sure, but it can be worked on over time. Similar to physicality, like as you grow and mature, especially under six to under 10, it's the more work you put in, the more changes you're going to see over time. You might be starting from down here to like level one, where you progress up to level five maybe, but someone who's already at level five naturally might go up to level 10. That sort of makes sense. So it depends on what sort of how much work you are putting in, especially from that age group, how many sessions you're training in a week. And to be fair, regular training sessions, at least 3 times a week. I've seen kids train on 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes even every day, and you could tell the difference. Like they might not have the natural ability, but they you can tell the difference between someone who's naturally gifted and someone who's worked really really hard. Some of the touches and might be a bit sloppy here and there, but someone who's naturally gifted, it's a lot easier for them. But that doesn't necessarily mean you should stop training. Oh, if they're naturally gifted, you can't just let them. You can't just give up, sort of thing. You can still work on it. It's something that is forever improving because that naturally gifted person, they could keep trying. They could just be like, oh yeah, I've got it. I've got everything under control. But then that person that's been working hard non-stop year after year after year, and as they reach under 10 level and they're good and their talent seems to be a lot better than someone who's naturally gifted because they've been putting in that work in over time. So if it depends if you're naturally gifted or if you're naturally physical. Use it to your advantage is what I'd say for kids in under six to under 10. Use it to your advantage, right? Because if you've got that, if you know you've got that advantage, capitalize on it. Make sure your strengths are your strength and your weakness become your strength as well. Work on whatever you become the all-round player, like whether it's attacking, defending, reading of the game, sort of become an all-round player. Because that way, when in that sort of age group, they play multiple positions every single week. It's not sort of until they start playing competitive matches. The more positions they play, the more they understand the game. If they play right back, or if they play a striker, if they play in the midfield, if they play middle centre back, even if they play in goal, they're getting an understanding, and their mind is becoming more flexible. So definitely not. This leads on to our topic number 3, which is intelligence sort of thing. So technique and intelligence, they all sort of tie together. They all sort of weave in and out together. But what I'd say is that playing in multiple positions, I know it's going a bit off topic, it will only enhance their footballing IQ. So they will understand, oh, what do I need to do? What does this role need me to do? What does this role require me to do? How do I need to adjust my body position if I'm in this position, if I'm at right back, or if I'm in the middle centre back, or if I'm as a midfielder? Do I need to keep scanning? Do I need to be side on? Do I need to face the goal? All those little details that matter more. As you are playing multiple different positions. And like I said, this goes on to the third topic, which is intelligence. Now, with this one, intelligence doesn't necessarily mean academics. This is more how quickly and effectively they can, one, process the information, and two, they can translate it onto the pitch. That's the next step. This is probably the most important in terms of what makes them pro or not, or go up the levels of the football ladder, if you want to put it that way as well. That decision making only comes with game time, with practice, being exposed to that level, that higher level, being exposed to a higher level of football where they're playing week in, week out, they're being constantly challenged, they evolve and become better. So that is something where football IQ comes in, as well good coaches as well. They need to coaches where need to sort of not simplify it down. Kids know how to play football. They kick a ball, right? But you've got to guide them in such a way that, are they kicking the ball the right way? Or you need to highlight to them, okay, this is good. You need to praise them on what they're doing well, but also fix what they're doing wrong. So it could be simple. They're turning their back to goal, and they're not looking, and then they take that massive turn where they're not even looking if there's a defender behind them. That's a little difference. If they're more aware, they'll realize, look, okay, in case there's a defender on me, I need to be more side on. So then I can make a quicker turn to get out and play the ball, if that makes sense. So it's little margins like that will really make a difference between a good player and a top player, sort of thing, from my understanding anyway. This could obviously change over time, of course. Like, the more I learn, the more I can teach you guys as well. This is what I've learned over the last year and a half of coaching. So hopefully you guys benefit as well. And obviously we've touched on physicality as well. Physicality, again, it's natural, it's nature. Whatever, kids vary from size to size. Height, being very small to very, very tall for their age group, to being a bit stronger, to being a bit more agile. It depends. It really depends. Not saying that they can't be worked on, but it's something that everyone starts somewhere. Like, you can start here. Like, it varies. But what you do and how you are able to use your body and physicality is what makes the difference between a good player and a top player as well. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I hope that helped you. If you want to see more videos like this, more educational football videos like this, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you next time.